Good afternoon. Welcome to Afternoon Chat. I'm your host, Ghost Mostly. The chat is up and running. How's everybody doing today? It was a good weekend. The Lions won. I needed that. I really did. It should be a night tonight, too, because we get to see the team that we're playing next week, the Eagles. So, what's on your mind today? What do you guys want to talk about? Afternoon Chat is a show where the people in the chat are the actual stars of the show. Your opinion matters. I'd like you to voice it here. I believe everyone has a right to be heard. Tell us what's on your mind. I think that the government's probably going to reopen this week. Maybe. Probably. Hopefully. Yeah, regardless whether it opens this week or not, the American people will still be screwed. Okay. It's, this is the politics of our time. It's kind of like bend over and grab your ankles. It really is. No, I don't think any of our politicians care about any of our people. They only care about the billionaires that are bribing them. Personal opinion. Feel free to jump in the chat and disagree. In my opinion, they're just constantly, all these politicians are just constantly selling us down the river, running up a national debt that our grandchildren are going to have to pay for. Stretching the limits of our country's morals and ethics both. It's really, I don't know how history is going to write this up. I don't see a way that they can spin it. We got masked ICE agents nabbing people off the streets, morally deficient behavior. That's the way I see it. I don't think anyone would complain if they, arrest and deport the actual criminals. But I don't think they need to be raiding restaurants. I don't think they need to, this is foolish. It's just morally despicable, in my opinion. And the fact that they, are not going to solve the healthcare issues in this country. In my opinion, the healthcare issues are the number one thing that we need to solve in this country. That would benefit the people the most. All Americans need healthcare. Why would you want to disagree with that? In my opinion, that's what would help all Americans. Give us all health care. It can be done by creating a single payer. Yeah, so it's socialized medicine. So what? If everyone gets health care coverage, how is that a bad thing? Well, in my opinion, for-profit healthcare is immoral. It does not work. It looks like the end result is only the rich get healthcare. That's the way it appears to me. I don't know what to tell you. Feel free to jump in the chat. Straighten me out. I'm not anti-capitalist, I'm not anti-business, and I'm not anti-democracy. But I'm telling you that for-profit healthcare does not work. Hantu Nunu shows up in the chat. Yes, 44-22 made my day. I'm so easy to please, though. So I'm really on this healthcare rant now. I can't help myself. Yes, it was a revenge game. We did not like getting knocked out of the playoffs by those guys. And as you could see by the ejections, they did not like the vengeance that was laid upon them. Okay. Well, they're about to double our premiums, Nunu. That we already can't afford the premiums, and they're about to double, so that the rich guys can get a tax break. Exactly. And they're also at the same time, they're knocking 15 to 20 million Americans off of healthcare completely. But our government's going to reopen. I mean, it feels like we're damned if we do, we're damned if we don't. And in Indonesia, you're only paying $20 to $30 a month to get health care. I'm paying $186 for Medicare. And it does not include vision, does not include dental. And as you can see, I wear glasses and I still have teeth. Okay. So that's my understanding, at least double. I've heard that some of them are going to go up to 4 times what they were, depending on what coverage you have. It makes no sense to me. It's going to be to the point where, people are going to revolt. There's probably half of America does not vote now. Yeah, it's still shut right now. It's supposed to be reopened by Wednesday, supposedly. But, it's because our Democrats in the Senate sold us down the river. They have no spine. They're like the jellyfish of our society. Yeah. You can have them, Nunu. I'll give you every politician we got in this country. Just put on an ice costume and pick them up off the street. No one will notice. It's America, for crying out loud. I'm sorry. I'm getting a little negative. I should not be negative. It is a glorious day. The Lions won. Okay. Yep. Thank goodness for the Detroit Lions, and thank goodness for Dan Campbell, their coach. And I glanced at the analytics of the channel. We're still progressing. We're at like 21 subscribers and 150 viewing hours. So at this rate, I'll get the channel monetized somewhere about, I don't know, 2029, 2030. Well, thank you for saving me, Nunu. Okay. I do appreciate you, brother. No, not. I need to monetize Ghost Mostly Media. This show, no. This show is always going to be free. No commercials, no midstream ads, no sponsors. I'm not trying to sell you anything. Oh, well, I'm not sure who YouTube is putting us in front of. Right now, the show is looking to be more international than it is in the USA. Well, of our subscribers, United Kingdom, England, Indonesia, Latvia, we're going around the globe. Okay. Which I can't complain about. That's a good thing. I want to talk to people in other countries. But I'm not sure who in America is getting the opportunity to see the show. I don't know who YouTube's putting it in front of. Yeah, it'd be nice. Africa and Australia are both welcome. Every country's welcome. There's nothing wrong with having an international base. I will never complain. But I have no idea if we're being shown to the people in America as well. because it's a live stream versus a video, I have no idea what YouTube is doing with it. You can do anything new you want. I'll wait right here. Oh, you don't have to go to any work at it, Nunu. You're fine. I think YouTube will figure that out. So how was your weekend? Well, I guess it's already Tuesday there. Hey, we're still getting views. I think Friday's show had 14 views when I looked at it this morning. Yeah, I'm looking forward to breakfast with the family tomorrow. That will be the high point of my week, I'm sure. Yeah, I cleaned house all weekend too. All right, all right. Another chapter. I'm proud of you. Good for you. All hail Hantu Nunu. Why was your mood bad last night? You're welcome. I also I found a. You remember I was talking to you about a bison with wings? There's an outfit here called Buffalo Wild Wings. It's a company, and they have a buffalo with wings as their logo. I thought you might be able to look it up. Buffalo Wild Wings. Just look for their company logo. And why would your parents wake you up? Was there like a household emergency or something? Yeah, it's a restaurant. But they have an actual logo that's got a picture of a buffalo that's got wings. A bison with wings, I should say. They call it a buffalo, but oh, so if you're the only one that can change the light bulb, you better tell them to get a flashlight or something and light you sleep. Yeah, it is. It's spicy hot chicken wings. They built their whole restaurant menu around them. Yeah, you need a nap. I took a nap today, 2 hours. I got up this morning. I had toast and coffee. Rewatched the highlights of the Lions game. Oh, and 2 hours was ideal. I feel great. But we're in the dead of winter here already. There's snow on the ground. It's cold. Probably, I don't know, 20, 25 degrees Fahrenheit out there. Yes, I did. I watched the newest Cross Timbers Bison. I enjoy Dusty, but he had some issues, some film editing issues. I don't know. Did you notice his editing issues? Oh no. Well, I'm sorry you had power outage. It wasn't smooth transition from one clip to another. It was interrupted and had some overlap, duplication. And he still left us hanging on the bison with the bad leg, number 1508. Yeah, I noticed when the editing was bad, and it leads me, it gives me reinforcement into my belief that I don't want to become a film editor. Yeah, number 1508 was the one that was limping. He's got to dart it. I guess that'll be in next week's episode. Yeah. Yes. Doc Parsons. He also raises bison. Yeah, he needs a third strand of wire on that fence. Well, that's the problem when you have 180 acres. You've got fencing all the way around the perimeter. You've got to maintain. He's talking about doing some type of a tour at some point. But for right now, I think he prefers that people just look from the street as they're driving by. I don't think he wants them to pull up into the driveway, and he doesn't have anyone to sit there and work the front gate all day. Yeah. But I think he was talking about putting some type of a car tour together at some point. Yeah, it'll be a real hassle for him. But he's also got 12 cabins that he rents out. Yeah, I've been thinking about ordering some bison from him, from his website. Yeah, he's the landlord. He not only rents them out, but he has to maintain that property. And those battery generators, that Jackery power system, looks good, but it also looks like it might be kind of pricey. Oh, I don't want to go back to venting. That's too negative. I'm curious now about your yeah, I think it must be very, very, very pricey. But I want to talk now about your power grid there in Indonesia. How often does it go out? Here in Michigan, I probably lose power maybe 3, 4 times a year. Gatorade coming in. Yeah, I think our electric grid here in the United States is trash. I think they need to replace it. A lot of their above ground wiring, I think, should be underground. And it makes no sense to me that they're stringing the power lines on wooden poles. Wood has an expiration date. Eventually, it's going to rot. It's not going to be any good. It would seem to me that they should have better materials. I agree. I use something that's more permanent. To me, they should all be metal, and they should also all be grounded so that if they do get hit by lightning, the charge is dispersed. I just, it makes me think that they're running around with a giant roll of duct tape and they're trying to put the power grid together with duct tape, and it's just not going to last. It's not going to work. To me, once you got to repair it with something that is going to be permanent. Personal opinion. I also don't think that these utility companies should be for profit. It makes no sense. When your power goes out, it's like you're living in a cave. So make the power supply permanent. It would only make sense to me. But with you, like you're on an island, I would think that underground power would be the way to go. I was also curious about your housing costs there. Wow, that's cheap. It costs you at least, I would say, 2,500 a month to hire one person here. Yeah. Rent here, housing costs here are very, very expensive. Wow, that's a big difference. Yeah. Well, here, I would say rent on a one bedroom apartment on the average, probably $1,000 a month. Wow. That sounds very reasonably priced. That impresses me. Maybe I should retire in another country. So I'm going to plan my meals tonight. I will plan out my meals for all of next week. And then tomorrow morning after grocery shopping, I will come home. Tonight I have ham steak again. Yeah, I'll get the whole shopping done for the whole week. Yeah, it's good. That makes twice this week I had ham. Next week I will probably do beef, but beef is very high priced here right now. Yep. Now, right now it's ridiculously high. Maybe I don't know. A hamburger is probably $8 a pound. And that is the cheapest kind of meat. Beef would be the hamburger. I believe there's a lot of beef in South America, isn't there? Brazil, Argentina, right? Oh, New Zealand. Yeah, I've seen pictures of New Zealand. It looks very, very beautiful. And it's my understanding they have no snakes in New Zealand. I believe you. Now, I could be wrong. It seems like I read that years ago. Oh, really? Do you have, because you have no real serious winters there, do you have many people that live on boats? Yeah, I would think that would be nice to live on a boat in a tropical setting. Houseboats. You can just come ashore when you needed to go to the grocery store. Yeah, if you own the boat and you lived on the boat, you would pay no rent. You'd only have to pay to upkeep the boat. Then you could fish every day. That sounds interesting to me. Exactly. Sitting on your couch fishing would be nice. You don't like boats? Oh, tell me what happened. In your area, that could be bad. I mean, if you got lots of rain and you're living on a boat, the storms would wreak havoc. Yeah. See, here we have boats, but they're on lakes. It's not an ocean. It's different, very different. Yeah, I didn't think that through. Okay. That would not be good to be on an ocean during a storm. The boat could be sent anywhere. You would have no control. You would not be able to steer the ship. The lakes here in Michigan all have boats on them. Every winter, we must bring all the boats off the lake and store them for the winter. Well, I think you're always going to feel safer on a bigger ship. Yes. I think it is also a business opportunity. Well, maybe we need to get you scuba certified. Yeah, that is very scary to almost drown. Very scary. When I was young, I used to swim in the ocean. Now I know I cannot. I'm too weak. Oh no. Now I smoke too much. My lungs aren't not good, so I'm not strong enough to swim in the ocean as an old man. When I was young, I had no problem. I used to go body surfing in the Pacific. I spent one summer in the late '70s. I spent one summer on a beach. It was fun. Yeah, it was fun. I enjoyed it a lot, but it was dangerous. Sometimes the current takes you out, and in 3 minutes time you're now need to swim for 1 hour to get back to shore. Not good. Yeah, this is true. So you dislike tattoos on women? Well, you just dislike tattoos? You feel they're dirty? Now, I'm the opposite. I like the tattoos. When I see someone's got a tattoo, I want to see it close up. Let me see. I like the detail in the artwork sometimes. Some of the artwork I find offensive or boring, even. Not all tattoos have to have meanings, some could just be pretty. You're entitled to your opinion. Okay, everyone is. Yes, I've been on the Gatorade since the start of the show. Good. That's what's supposed to happen. You should always feel better after you communicate with people. My opinion. Yeah, you saw all the turkeys and you saw Tom. Turkeys can fly, but they're not real smart. Generally, they only fly when they're scared. Yes, I've seen turkeys in the treetops when I was out hunting. I believe so. I believe that they will be healthier. Yeah, they're similar breeds, but definitely different. Different colorings, slightly different colorings, different markings. We have wild turkeys here in Michigan as well. Yeah, I just tried to buy a fresh turkey, and the supplier is gone. I called the butcher and I asked him, and he said that he will have another connection next month. So I will try him in December, and maybe I'll be able to get one then. No, I believe turkeys are found in most states in America. Yeah, they got their own terminology. But Dusty's cage that he has uh, is very innovative, that it is on wheels and he can move it so easily. Oh, you mean like Red Dog? Yeah. I thought it was smart that he's got one wall of that cage that is completely covered to block the wind from coming in. Yep. I like I like National Geographic. Yeah, very very informative. They teach you, and I like to learn, especially about nature. It's very interesting to me. And I think Dusty was a teacher before he became a rancher. Yep. I used to teach, but I used to teach table games. I enjoyed teaching. I thought it was fun. Yeah. Are you going to play it with real money? I understand. Many years ago, I got onto a site and I was playing poker online for funny money, not real cash. Yeah, a slight difference in the games. Well, in the European, they show you both the dealer's cards. Well, thank you. Same as roulette, right? Roulette in America has two zeros, a zero and a double zero. European roulette, only 1 0. The zero increases the house's win percentage. Or you could split when your first two cards are numerically the same. Is to your advantage to do it when the dealer is showing a 4, 5, or a 6, which are his best bust cards. All gambling is streaky. Bet more when you win, bet less when you lose, and always stop when you're a winner. Most of these games are designed for you to be greedy, and then they punish you for your greed by beating you. Generally, the system I prefer is the progressive win. That would be a progressive loss, and the game is designed to beat that strategy. They always have a maximum bet. Yep. Entertainment value. Same as any game. I believe the most popular gambling game in the world is still Mahjong. Yeah. Yeah. As far as I know, that's still the number one game in the world. People love to bet on Mahjong. What is your favorite game? Not just gambling, but of all games, what is your favorite game? Doesn't matter. Any game. My favorite is probably chess. Yes, I used to play Uno. Anything can ruin friendship. That's why friendship has such great value, in my opinion. I learned to play chess when I was 7. Yep. And you should tell your friend that a game is only a game. He needs to keep it in perspective. If he's that bad, he needs to improve his skill. You should not let winning or losing determine whether you remain friends or not. The friendship is of the value. The game is of no value in comparison, in my opinion. And I'm a very competitive person. And chess is mathematical. Well, there's a couple of key ways to look at the strategy with chess. Probably the key to me is determining the mathematical value of your opponent's use of the knight and the bishop. No problem. Yes, the knight is the horse, the bishop moves diagonally. The horse moves in the L shape. No, you're thinking of the rook there. The bishop either side of the king and queen. You put a numerical value on each piece, with the pawn's value being 1 at the lowest, and the queen's value being 6 at the highest. The knight and the bishop, you combine and you value 2.5, 2.5. Mathematical value until you see your opponent's skill. When you see your opponent's skill, one of those two pieces becomes a value of 3, and the other one becomes a value of 2. Based on the player's skill in the use of those. Initially, when you start the game, value them at 2.5 until you see a superior skill with one or the other, and then change that value based on what you've seen in the gameplay. This is my own personal strategy. I put a numerical value on both pieces at 2.5 until I see that your skill is superior with one versus the other. And then your value increases to a 3 for the one that you are skilled at, and it drops to a 2 on the one that you are not skilled at. Personal opinion. But I've only been playing chess for 61 years. Yes. Instantly. You must change the value based on your opponent's skill. In my opinion. Yeah, I used to play Othello. I found it boring. I need more strategy, I guess, in order to keep my mind focused. No, I do not. I would imagine, I would guess that it originally came from France. India? Oh, I trust you. When you tell me it was invented in India, I believe you wholeheartedly. Russia has good chess players as well. And Chinese chess is different. The Chinese chess movement is done on the lines. Regular chess movement is done on the spaces in between the lines. And the pieces are different. They have different point value and different abilities on the board. And in the Chinese version, the king is very limited mobility. Yes, I believe Magnus is number one ranked right now. But the chess rankings change every year. Yes, the games are similar, but very different. I consider that to be boring. D&D is it's imagination and interpretation, in my opinion. Do you have PlayStation? I've heard of shogi, but I have not played it. Do you have PS4? I have a PS4 and I play a strategy game that I enjoy. It is very, very, very difficult. It's called Stellaris. Oh, hang on a second. Let me move my cursor over. I probably spelt that wrong. Probably. Close enough. It's all strategy. There's almost nothing in the game that is not strategic. Yeah, there you go. You got it. You're so quick on the computer. You impress me every day. No, I play the space one, PS4. No, it's not a Star Wars spin-off, but it is a space-based game. It's, conquer the universe, but it's not an action type game. It's strategy based. You have to mine ores in order to, yes, you can invade and colonize and enslave. I play as a dictator with a robot army. No, it could be in some instances you can choose what type of civilization you want to have. I chose mechanical so that I do not have issues keeping my workers happy, or I can kill mine and replace them, build a new one. I don't have to placate anyone. I don't have to form alliances. I don't have to I just simply do my own thing and grow my machines until I eventually take over the entire universe. It's not like a typical first person shooter type of game. Yes, I choose the most simple job as far as similar to Age of Empires, only on a much grander scale. Yes. They even have a political element. You can form alliances and vote and, all kinds of absurd shit that I don't need to mess with. It has nothing to do with my strategy to conquer. Yeah, I don't, as being machines, I don't align with anyone. I attack everyone. And I lose all the time. That's why I like it. It's very, very difficult. Well, the game strategy dictates that you have to look over all of your opponents and determine who to attack in which order. I have a saved game right now where I'm losing badly. I'm currently at war with everyone. And they all teamed up and formed an alliance against me and decimated me. it's it's very frustrating. It's not that kind of action that you can get a real adrenaline rush from it, but it is the type of thing where it's okay to be a bad guy, if that makes any sense. Yeah, it's a saved game. I saved it because it's very frustrating to play. I have to be in the right frame of mind in order to play when I'm down so greatly. Sometimes I can handle the frustration, other times I cannot, which is why I saved the game. Yes. I want to be a good guy in real life, but in the game, I want to be the bad guy. Speaking of bad guys, I saw that trailer for Transformers, if you can call that a trailer. It was. Oh, I bought the game myself, but I used to play it with my son. But my son has moved on from the PS4 to the PS5. I'm not going to get the PS5. Yeah, I saw it, and it's not really a trailer yet. It's a pipe dream. Yeah, my youngest son and we were playing the PS4 on Sundays, but he moved on to the PS5, and I'm not going to. I'm not going to upgrade. The PS4 works fine for me. Well, they don't know who the star is going to be. They know it's not going to be Shia LaBeouf. And they're talking about Mark Wahlberg, but he has not signed a contract. I apologize. Mark Wahlberg, he played Cade in what was it? Revenge of the Fallen? No. Yeah, but they want him, and they're talking about doing 5 new ones, but they have not signed a contract. So they don't know who's going to star in it. Yes, Mark was the dad. I don't know how they can call that a trailer when nothing has been filmed, no actor has been signed, no script has been written. They're talking about doing 5 new Transformer movies. There's supposed to be a tie-in with the G.I. Joe. I don't know if you're familiar with the G.I. Joe. Well, they kicked him out of his Michael Bay was kicked out of his producer role, and they want him to go back to director. But there's supposed to be a tie-in between Transformers and G.I. Joe are supposed to merge. I don't know if it's going to work out. I see a lot of talk, but there's nothing being filmed. So I don't know where they get off calling it a trailer. It looked like a dream sequence. I have an idea, which leads me to believe that they're probably looking for financial backing. Well, originally they got a. This whole thing started with toys. Okay. So they should design the new toys and write the script and sign the actors and the director, right? They need to put it all together. And it appears to be all in disarray, so I'm skeptical that they're going to pull it off. Exactly. Yeah, give it a year. I hope so too, because I really enjoy the Transformers. I'm not sure when the last one came out. I just recently started rewatching them. There's so many details that the brain doesn't comprehend. I think the last one was before COVID, but I'm not sure. It might have come out in 2020. Yes. And there's supposed to be a Bumblebee 2 that they're talking about doing too. I think Bumblebee was the best character. Although I did like Mirage being able to uh, become human, you know. But I thought his character, Bumblebee, they went into more depth about him, and they did not on some of the other Transformers. And I think some of what they're thinking about doing with these 5 movies is I think one of them will be Bumblebee 2. But I also think that they're going to go back and do prequels. But right now it appears to be insolvent, which leads me to believe that they don't have the money. The special effects money is massive for those movies. I I think that they should go in depth with all kinds of different characters. Yeah, this is what they did with Star Wars, right? Is they came out with one and it was a hit, and then they had to go and start doing all these stupid prequels. And as they did the prequels, the quality was reduced. If they can get Michael Bay to do all 5 of the new ones, then it might become bigger than Star Wars ever was. Well, next weekend I'll try to rewatch a couple more. But I don't watch any of the animated stuff for Transformers that they've done. Yeah, it's been a good stream. Well, it's been a good stream because of Hantu Nunu. No one else is chatting. We've had viewers jumping in and out. Stellaris is very, very complex. We've had people jumping in and out the whole stream, but no one has chatted. I probably should have done some type of commercial and told them, to go to YouTube and download the Discord app. I forget to do some of that stuff sometimes. Well, I need to work on my presentation a little more. I have Discord on my computer. I don't have it on my phone. I don't scan the internet on my phone. I only use it for telephone, talking and texting. I prefer the larger screen on the computer. I think they should have it all available on TV. You should be able to do all of this with your TV remote. I think that's the way it'll be eventually. Interactive TV is the future, in my opinion. I hope so too. I can't wait until you publish. Well, that's why I started this channel, is I honestly believe that people want to talk to their TVs. So I set up a show that people can talk to their TV. Yeah, and I'm not sure that's all good. I don't know. If you're at work and your refrigerator calls you and says, "Hey," I'm not sure that's going to be a good thing. Well, I would like the idea that you could use your phone to start your oven, but what happens if you use your phone to start your oven and then you get into a traffic accident? Your oven's at home running. Could burn down your home. My brother has a Traeger grill. It's a smoker for smoking meats. And it has a phone app, and he can adjust the temperature. He can do all kinds of things. Yeah, it's called a Traeger. No, I spend enough time on the couch as it is. If it had a built-in massager, I'd never leave. A new language? What language? No, you missed a letter. Traeger. Traeger. That's a brand name. It's just a brand name. Like Buffalo Wild Wings was a brand name. You're okay. Yeah, I know. I should get with the program, right? Well, thank you. And to Nunu, folks, our guest star of the day. A round of applause. All right. All right. Congratulations. It's hard to win in the World Cup. Competition is fierce. All right. The show's name is Afternoon Chat. It's completely free. No midstream ads. No commercials, no sponsors. Just fun. It's not structured. It's an open chat. Live stream Monday through Friday, 3 to 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Everyone is welcome. The rules are simple. Follow the community guidelines established by YouTube, and we'll get along just fine. If you're trying to chat and you can't, go to YouTube, download their Discord app. That's the only platform I stream on. You won't find me on any other social media platforms. I'm not trying to sell you anything. Ever. The philosophy of this show is live and let live. Be tolerant of other people. While we all have common ground, we are at the same time all individuals, and we have a right to choose our own path in life. The important thing is to live and let live. Allow your neighbor to be different from you. Don't try to micromanage your neighbor. Don't try to make him conform to do things your way. Leave him be. On the same token, your neighbor needs to stay out of your business. If we're all mowing our lawns north and south, and you're mowing your lawn east and west, so what? Leave that neighbor alone. Be thankful he's cutting his grass at all. He does not have to live up to your expectations, and you do not have to live up to his. Be patient with people. Be understanding with people. Be compassionate. You don't know what that other guy's going through. You don't know what he's dealing with. Maybe he's under a lot of stress. That man is not plotting against you. If you watch the news, especially here in America, you think there's a man with a machine gun on every corner that's plotting on killing you, and it's just not true. The media is using your fear to control and manipulate you. Your neighbor's not conspiring against you. Your neighbor is trying to lead his life. He's on your team whether you realize it or not. When the flood hits and we're all standing in chest-high water, that neighbor that you think you hate is the one that's going to pull you out of the drink. That neighbor that you think you have to hate is your fellow American. He's your fellow citizen. He's in it just like you are, trying to lead his best life. He goes to work every day. He loves his family just like you. So you need to cut him a break. Give him some slack. Allow him to be different from you. And he in turn needs to allow you to be different from him. I eat my steak well done. You eat yours medium rare? Good for you. I'm not going to serve you well done steak if you eat yours medium rare. So don't force me to eat medium rare. Allow me to eat mine well done. Be tolerant of one another. We have cities because when people come together and collaborate, they become successful. That's why we have towns, is so we can get together and collaborate and both be successful. Think about it. You cannot build anything by hating your neighbor. What do you get out of hating your neighbor? Let's talk about hate for a second. There's nothing wrong with disagreement. There's nothing wrong with dislike. But there's a lot wrong with hate. You can't take disagreement and dislike and get to hate without having an uncontrolled fear. Newsflash, adults control their fears. Don't be afraid of people you don't know. It's not going to help you. It's not going to get you anywhere. Uncontrolled fear is never a good thing. So live and let live. Try to be more understanding. Try to be more patient. Try to be helpful. Try to be kind. It's my belief that if you're kind to everyone all of the time, that kindness will come back to you tenfold. We need to understand that there's only one planet. One. We're all playing in the same yard, so let's get along. With that said, I'm your host, Ghost Mostly. Thank you for joining me today. Like and subscribe if you would. It will help the YouTube algorithm sort us out and put us in front of more people. I'll never ask you to do anything on this channel that costs you money. I'm not after your wallet. I am after your opinion. Jump in the chat and let me know what you think. Special shout out to Hantu Nunu, our star of the day. I appreciate you. I'll see you guys tomorrow at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Everyone is welcome. Have a wonderful day. Be nice to everyone. You'll like the end result. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Thank you for your time and consideration. Afternoon chat. We'll be here again tomorrow. I promise.